Why does everybody all of a sudden want to get divorced? Our grandparents would not even allow us to say the word divorce in the house. Today, it's standard, second, third, fourth marriage. Why? Because when we become so selfish that our own desires become priority over everything, all of the holiness of the nation disappears and we become like the goyim, just like that. It's not that the goyim were looking to go be with the mother and the father and the sister and the dog and the cat. No, it's simply everyone lives a life where do you only live once mentality. Only live once mentality is whatever is good for you, do it. So one day it's good for him to go find a girlfriend. Another day, another girlfriend. Before you know it, maybe even a boyfriend or two. Before you know it, one of the boyfriends or the girlfriends, they're also going to have somebody else that they're married to. Yeah, but they're married to somebody else. Yeah, but listen, I'm not getting in the way of their marriage. I'm just doing me. I'm just doing me. I'm just enjoying myself. Yeah, but you do realize you're ruining a marriage with you doing you. Your pleasure is destroying a life. Listen, I'm not here to destroy, I'm just having a good time. She's a big girl, she can decide for herself. That's the mentality of the adulterer. I'm not telling her what to do, I'm just enjoying myself. The goyim were not looking to go and commit all of these horrific crimes against Hashem. It's simply a mentality of just enjoy yourself with no boundaries. And this, Rabotai, B'siyata Dishmaya, was the chidush that I had about kedusha in general, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us that this holiness is what separates us from the goyim. But which goyim is he mentioning? He's mentioning the past, the Egyptians. He's mentioning Canaan. Now the Gemara in Masechet Megillah says that everything that's in the Torah surely is relevant to every generation. Has anybody seen a Canaanite anytime recently in the news? So surely we're not talking about the Canaanites. Surely we're talking about the goyim in general. So who are we talking about? Who has had the most amount of impact on the Jewish people over the last couple of thousand years? Surely you have some of the Middle Eastern effect to a certain extent, but the biggest damage that's caused to Am Yisrael has come from the church. It's come from the church. But how could all of this be blamed on the church? Simple. Ultimately, the matters of Kedusha is the ultimate war between Judaism and the New Testament. And the reason why I say New Testament rather than saying Christianity is because Christianity has many faces. Catholicism, Messianic, all types of fake names. So simple, anyone that believes in a New Testament, that's the umbrella. This issues of Kedusha versus the impurity, the immorality, is the ultimate war between Judaism and the New Testament. How so? The Torah says to be holy because I am holy. Rashi, Ramban say what is holy? Prushim. Be separated from them. Be parush. Who are the Prushim? Rabbi Meir Baranes, Rabbi Tarfon, that were so parush, that were so separated that they were even careful of being with their own daughter and daughter-in-law. Why? They were careful of even things that would be allowed. They were careful. These tzaddikim were careful of even things that were allowed. And who hated the Prushim more than Jesus, Imach Shemo v'Zichro? That the New Testament says the Prushim. What's Prushim in English? Pharisees. The biggest enemy of the church were the Prushim. The biggest enemy of the church were the Kedoshim. The biggest enemy of the church were the greatest people that ever lived. But why are they the biggest enemy? Why does the church hate the tzaddikim as much as they do until this day? Teaching, oh, the Pharisees, they were fakers, they wore glamorous clothes. That's what makes them fake, because they wore glamorous clothes. This war between Judaism and the New Testament is the ultimate war. Why? Because the Torah tells us Kedoshim is Prushim, and Prushim is the Pharisees that fight against Jesus Imach Shemo, who said that this Jesus says that you can be the most holy while still being immoral, so long as you believe in Him. Holiness is decided by your belief in Him, not by your actions. You could be an adulterer and still holy according to the church. You could be a pedophile and still holy according to the church. You could be a murderer and still holy according to the church. Matthew Kelly, the missionary that went to the Boca Raton synagogue, or tried to go there a few years ago, wrote in his book, I know Jesus, that Hitler, Osama bin Laden, and all of the haters of Torah and Am Yisrael, pray for them. They're going to heaven. Why? Hitler believed in Jesus, so he's going to heaven. He's not going to get home. Meaning that you can kill 6 million Jews and still be holy according to Christianity. Because holiness has nothing to do with morality. Holiness has to do with idolatry. So now you have, on one end, you have Christianity telling you that you can be holy simply by believing in Yeshu Imach Shemo, while the Torah says the exact opposite. And Yeshu criticized the holy sages, the Prushim, for wearing ostentatious clothing and for being called rabbi, because he believed that you need to show that you're poor, a poor exterior. The reality is that his religion promotes abominable interior, while our sages use the glamorous clothing, the glamorous exterior, not because they were looking for attention, they were looking to show that they're better, they were looking and as far as they're richer or anything else, but rather the exterior signified the interior. The glamorous clothing of the Prushim was in order to glorify HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name by letting people know we wear this clothes because we are the Prushim. We are the ones that sanctify ourselves by even forbidding ourselves from being next to things that we're allowed to be next to. It's not fancy clothes in order for the sake of fanciness. It's like a uniform. It's a uniform. A uniform of someone that makes sure to control his behavior to such an extent that he's not concerned with the standard of morality, of commit incest and homosexuality and so on. No, even more concerned that even the things that are permissible to me are under control. So much so that everything that's permissible to me is only done if it benefits you too. Meaning, if it's permissible to me, doesn't mean I do it. I do it if it's going to benefit you also. I go there if you're going to benefit by me going there. I eat if you're going to benefit if I'm going to eat. I work if you're going to benefit because I work. Meaning that even the things that are allowed to me, the things that are joyful to me, they're not done just because I want to do it. or just because I'm allowed to do it. The Prushim were so holy that they would only do it if it benefited the public. The exact opposite of Christianity, where it's all about a single person. Whether that single person is Imach Shimo that's still rotten in Gehinom and will never come out, or somebody themselves thinking, I'm just here to enjoy myself. Yeah, but you just committed adultery. Listen, you can call whatever you want, adultery, not adultery. I had a good time, she had a good time. Where's my problem? She's married. Yeah, but you just destroyed a marriage. I didn't do anything, I just had a good time. Oh, you're justifying it, just like you're God. And this, Rabotai, is exactly what Jesus got caught for. When he told his rabbi, Yeshua ben Parachia, that the hostess was not so pretty, thinking that the rabbi's even looking at this lady. Why? Because for him, everything is allowed as long as you're having a good time. As long as you're having a good time. But the Prushim, Rabotai Karim, these sages showed a glory, and anything that they did was in order to glorify Kadosh Baruch Hu's name. That's why they were called Prushim. And this is hated by Christianity more than anything else. Why? Because Shlomo HaMelech says in Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 19, he puts everything in perspective, where he says, Ta'ava niyeh te'erav l'nefesh v'to'evat ksilim sur mira. Says lust, broken or overcome, is sweet to the soul, but turning from evil, meaning to do tshuva, is an abomination to fools. Rashi says, fools like Yeshu detest the very idea that they should ever give up their wickedness. The ones that hate tshuva the most, the ones that hate holiness the most, are the people that are the most wicked, because they don't even know, why should I do tshuva? Why should I be modest? I like to look like this where everybody looks at me. Why should I be generous? I worked for the money, why should I share? Why should I do this and why should I do that? Meaning, if it doesn't benefit me directly, why should I do it? The ultimate selfishness, which is the exact opposite of what Kadosh is. As Rabbi Shimon Skop says, Kadoshim, that's selflessness. That's being selfless. That means that you've gotten to the point where your actions are determined not just by the simple allowed, not allowed, but rather by, is this going to benefit the public or not?